I don't believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting. We're all you need.
They call themselves the Bad Batch. Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 104. Welcome to the YouTube live show. You did it. You made it. You're here. We want to see you again, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Ring that bell to get notified when we go live and post new videos. And, of course, feel free to use that super chat button, and we'll read your comment live on the show. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I'm one of your 4 hosts today. And of course, with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, back from his 2-week hiatus on a boat, Brian Cook. How are you, man?
I was only on a boat one time, but best believe I was wearing these shades.
Those are fast.
I just want to go fast. Fast as that, boy. I'm taking them off because I can't see. I'm taking them off because I can't see.
Cool. Good to have you back, man. We missed you.
I know, I'm back. I'm Brittany, bitch.
Next up, painter extraordinaire and footy player. It's Space Poppy himself, John Rodriguez. How are you, man? X-Mon.
I'm good, Mon. How are you, Mon?
I'm doing well, dude. You got the beard growing in. You got the shades on. Luigi hat, full effect.
It's a me.
You're living the dream over there, dude.
It's me. Oh, yeah. You know it.
And finally, you know him as the Left Coast Avenger. Ladies and gentlemen, we know him as Luke Yates. How are you, man?
Hey. We are in the last week of summer before kids go back to school next week.
More wine.
There we go, baby.
Help me.
Doing good. Doing good.
That's how you drink your wine, is in a Ninja Turtles glass from the 80s?
Cowabunga, dudes.
Nice. My favorite cup that I have is my Batman mugs, my Batman Return mugs from McDonald's.
Ooh. Solid.
Riddler,
Wow.
Two-Face.
This is a hideout highball glass from Lucasfilm. Thank you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Fancy.
Once I finish it, you'll be able to see it a little bit better.
I don't think anybody knows what the hideout is. Most people don't know what the hideout is.
Nope.
Enlighten us.
But if you know, you know. I think it's like
YK.
It's like
We should divulge that information.
Mm.
It's a store at Lucasfilm.
the hideout.
It's beyond the fourth wall.
Oh yeah. Beyond the fourth wall. The keen-eyed viewers that are on the YouTube right now will see that Raimi is not on the screen. That's because Raimi's on assignment at Dragon Con. Yeah. By assignment, I mean he's elbow deep in some ribs and barbecue and booze.
He might be, yeah.
And he's painted blue.
That's why he's not answering the.
He could be.
Yeah, he's been MIA ever since he landed. So
he's prepping for Mosh. Isley, catch him.
Is that
Mosh.
tonight? That's not tonight,
Tomorrow.
is it?
That's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Did you guys see his Mando that he built?
Oh,
No,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
the
yeah, we
helmet.
did.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
the rest.
it's a little.
Don't-
It kind of looks like.
Don't say
Battlestar
anything.
Galactica.
He
Don't
gave us
say
a
anything.
teaser of it, like a
Yeah.
preview in our
Let it
group
be a
chat.
surprise for the rest of the.
Man,
Dude,
it's-
I was sweating those soft parts. I know what I said.
He's
How's everybody doing? What y'all been up to past week or 2 weeks for some of you?
Let me see.
Staying
I have to
busy
look
with
at
work.
my calendar because I've been gone. I don't know what I did yesterday. So if I go back 2 weeks,
It's even less.
to the week I was gone, we dropped off our daughter Levi in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she is living her life, and I was very sad leading up to the week prior.
Yeah.
Was having some feels, was going through emotions. And then when we took her, I hadn't been down to where she's going to college. And when we took her, I was like, dang, this is cool. She's in a really
Sick.
nice school. Like, she's going to like this. She got cool roommates, cool setup. And I got excited for her. So the
Rad.
sadness that I had went away because I was like really excited for her. So, you know, just been adjusting, having a quieter household now. And then what? Then I was gone working all last week. So all that grind,
Driving around.
gotta make that money. So
Nice, dude.
not available.
Dude,
to jump on
it
and
was
off.
it was really like life imitating art, right? Crosshairs dropping off Omega. Dude.
Yeah, it was definitely that last day at Comic-Con when y'all had left. You were like, yeah, we're done, we're checking out. And I was with Joe and Kim, and we went to the panel that had the Star Wars sound guy on it, Kevin Kiner and his kids, the Kiner fam, which was awesome. It was like them. I'm horrible with this stuff, so I don't know, but it was like the composers from Arcane, that show Arcane, which I've never watched. But it looks
Netflix. Yeah.
Is it cool?
It's League of Legends. I haven't watched it, but I know a lot of people really like it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really like
So
it. It looks cool.
I imagine it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then man, I can't remember.
I don't know the character. I never played the game.
But it was a super cool panel. I'm going to tell this story too, since we have time. I'm going to tell this story. But we were watching the panel, and each because some of the composers, there was ones that were brothers, I think, and then it was the Kiner fam, and then it was like two other ones, and they would talk about that composer, and they would play a clip from one of their shows. It was all animated. It was music in animation was the panel at Comic-Con, and this was Sunday at like, it was at the end of the day. It was like 3-4 o'clock, and full place is packed. But they do the composer, and then they would play a clip from the show they make. Well, when they did the Kiners, they didn't play a clip, and I was like, really? Not gonna show Bad Batch or something? And then later on, they were like, well, let's play a clip from the Kiners, and they played the last sequence from the last season, basically Omega leaving.
Oh man,
they played that. It was just like,
they're like, gotcha.
On this giant screen, everyone, half the place was crying. Like it was so, yeah. But that one, that's what like kicked off me going like, dude, this sucks. But the story afterwards, I'm gonna tell this because, you know, Joe is safe. He's just not here. But we're sitting outside, and Joe's met Kevin a couple times, and he wanted to talk to him, and so we were, where is Tech? Hashtag where is Tech? That's awesome, Steven. And we waited outside, and Kevin starts talking to Joe, and we're chit-chatting, just kind of hanging out, and they're done. His daughter Dina came and grabbed him and was like, we gotta go, you know, Dad, come on. He's like, okay, we gotta go, see you later. And then like a security guy comes up, suit, earpiece, and he's like, where are you guys going? What do you guys need? Where are you going? He's like a young dude, and he's got like marine pins on his collar, on his jacket. And we're like, we're gonna leave, but we're gonna use the restroom real quick. And he's like, okay, just checking, seeing what you guys need. And we go to the restroom. We come out of the restroom, and he's standing there, and we're like, okay. He's like, okay, now what do you guys need to do now? And we're gonna leave. We're going out of here. You think the exit's over there? And he's like, oh yeah, no, come this way. And he takes us out the back door, and we're basically like in the back halls of Comic-Con, and he starts walking. He's like, this way, and he starts walking us to like all the people that were on the panel. We're like, no. We're like, we're not with them. And he's like, oh, I thought you were with them. And Joe's all, no, we know them, but we're not with them. And he's like, oh, okay, well, where do you need to go? And we're like, oh, we're gonna go out. And he's like, okay. So he like walks us out, and then he's like walking with us, and we're like, I think
basically he thought you guys were VIPs.
He thought we were VIPs. So
he thought you were the guy from Sugar Ray. That's what he thought.
Exactly. One of my tips are frosted. I do look like that. So
Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
So he gets another guy, big, young, strapping kid, same thing, Marines thing on him. And they both start to walk us out. So we still haven't like figured out that they think we're somebody.
Yeah.
And they get us like halfway to the door, and they're like, so now where do you guys want to go? And we're like, what?
Oh.
And they're like, we're going to the end of the con floor. And he's like, you want to go to the con floor? And we're like, and Joe at that point was like, literally like, hey guys, like, we're not anything special. Like, we're just here for the con, and we're gonna go check this out. And I'm looking at them, and both these kids, they got Marine stuff on them, and Joe's retired Master Chief, 25 years, and I'm like, come on, Joe. Come on. Like in my mind, I'm not saying this, but I'm like, flex on him, tell him what's up, And he's like, and Joe finally is like, oh, you're a Marine, and he's like, thank you, sir, thank you, whatever. And the other guy, yeah, thank you, and they're like saying where they're from, whatever, and Joe doesn't say anything, and because Joe's like, Joe doesn't, he doesn't flex like
he's
that.
super humble, yeah.
But also too, like military, that they rib each other, they flex on each other, and then he's like, oh yeah, 25-year Master Chief, and they're all, oh. Yeah,
they jumped to attention.
I was all, yes.
That's sick.
And then it was super cool. But the one kid was like, I think he was sweating because he was like, oh, I just effed up. Like this is is bad. But then when Joe said that, it kind of like broke the ice, and we were like, hey guys, thank you so much, like whatever. But then we walked off, whatever. But then we were walking away, we're cracking up, and we're like, can you imagine if they did that to somebody else, and they were just like, oh. They just walked up.
They escorted the wrong VIP.
They escort these people up to this whole staff of VIPs, and these people are like, who are these people?
Yeah.
First day on the job.
Oh man, it was
too funny.
So much fun. It was so funny. We were cracking up for a while after that, but yeah, Comic-Con was fun. Nice. That was a good time, dude. I was so glad Luke made it too.
Have you not been on? It feels like
I think you were on once before or after Comic-Con.
I was on. Yeah. You know what? I was on the 2 weeks before, but we talked about all that. So,
dude, that's cool. I didn't hear that story.
Yeah, dude, it was
so funny.
It was the funniest thing because as soon as I saw the Marines thing, come on, Joe,
do it.
But
nice.
Yep, that was reliving the Bad Batch finale. I was feeling like Hunter.
What were we talking about? How do we get there?
Levi going to college.
Oh, Levi leaving.
That's going off to school.
There was a connection.
Yep.
So you've been good though since
I haven't. I've just been really busy. Work's good busy. So in fact, I just realized I won't be on next week. So sorry. I'm gonna be in Florida working. I just realized that. And literally while we're sitting here, I just realized that.
Oh, is that Surf Expo next week?
Yeah.
It's a big trade show in our world.
I'm driving down to Florida. So
oh, cool. That'd be fun.
You'll see a lot of homies though. So
yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, it'll be cool. But
that's cool.
Yep. Work, life, been
yeah.
Some of it I'll be doing the workbench. Hunting season starts the day I come back. Watch out, deer. Watch out, deer.
All up in
coming for you
right now.
Coming for you. In fact, I will, for our special listeners, I will go to the Pabu Life channel and drop a video of what I see in my backyard every day.
You better make me some killer jerky when you get one of these guys finally, man.
Bro, I've been asking for jerky for 3 seasons now. It's like
Yeah.
You just buy it yourself at the store, dude.
Promise you,
Just
I
get
will be
some at the
filling the
store.
freezer with multiple deer this year. So sorry to my
do
vegan
this.
friends. I will
Heck yeah.
dispose of them humanely.
John, what you been up to?
Kid's been going to school. It's her first week. This is now her first official full week. But she's gone for a few days now, and it's been interesting. You know, her
The
coming
first week's the
home.
toughest, dude.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
it's a big adjustment, dude.
yeah. It's
Their
a big
world is
change.
Mm-hmm.
changing. Their world is
Mhm.
changing. You're not
Yeah.
the center of it anymore.
I don't think I ever was the center of it, but
But then you're
Yeah,
like, I can get so
she's
much
doing
done
other stuff.
now.
yeah, no, well, no,
Yeah.
it's actually she stays less time at this school than she did at the preschool. We
Oh.
pick her up at like
okay.
1:52 every day for
Mhm.
kindergarten. And on Wednesdays, for whatever reason, there's a thing called a banking day or something, and that's have to pick her up at 12:52
Oh, dying.
on Wednesdays. So it's like she's not done half the day, and so we have to look into like either an after school thing or because we usually just bring her home and because we're here anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Otherwise, yeah, just I have a bunch of stuff I'm trying to sell on my Instagram, so I've just been throwing stuff up there, and I haven't done much. I've been making the Helldiver kits. Still, I have a
Nice.
few left
Yeah.
to send out. I have 3 more to make, and yeah, that's it. Just hanging, working, chilling.
Nice. Luke?
Hell yeah. I went up to Mount Hood for work a few days ago, which was really cool. We went up for the last day of the season. Season ends almost in September, which is cool because it's a glacier that sits on a active volcano. And so we went up and rode some boards for something I was doing for work. Got to do kind of a review with one of our accounts that we work with. And it was just super magical, man, because I grew up on that mountain, and it's just super surreal being up there in the summertime and being on snow. And it's like it's just wild. Like you can see the desert off of one side of the mountain, like all the way to Eastern Oregon. You can see like rainforest on the other side and Portland off in the distance to the other side. And it smells like sulfur, and because it's an active volcano. And it's just this really weird, like
Rotten
feeling
eggs.
being up there. It's just like, yeah, it just like recharges my essence. It's wild. So I got to do that. That was amazing. And then, yeah, just ton of office work. I've been in the same boat with Brian with being really busy with work right now. It's a busy time of year for us. And doing some doodles, some late night digital doodles in my free time for something I'm working toward. So
I saw you posted some stuff for sale too, huh?
Oh, I did. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mentioned it last week. I did some cleaning out, some Mando parts and stuff I've printed and painted, and I've been having a lot of fun like packaging them up. I did it for the Chrome Tono originally, like when we identified the winner, which was Colin. Odd Viking won my stuff that I had donated for the Chrome Tono. I put like them in these little like, so I have these plastic baggies that I get from work for samples that I have for work. So I just try not to like.
Is
throw
that
all
what
of
you
them away.
use?
Yeah, the shoe bags, dude. Yeah, because they're
That's
like
so
the
funny.
perfect size to like drop.
Yeah,
in. So
totally.
The whole
Yeah.
concept, people can see them on my Instagram. I've been posting them, but I make like a little header card for them with a little like logo that I did. That's part Star Wars, part 2 for $1 gas station candies, like the like Circus Peanuts bag and like the little like knockoff Swedish Fish kind of candies. I made a little graphic that looks like that. I print out a sticker, slap it on the card header, staple it to the little baggie in the armor, and then I package it all super, safe for travel and
It
stuff.
looks
like
legit,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's super duper fun, and it's just my over active weirdo design art brain that doesn't let me like sleep unless I do stupid stuff like that. And yeah, so I've just been kind of doing that in the evening, like packaging up the stuff and writing little notes on people's goodies just to be weird. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a night owl, so that's probably how I end up doing some of that stuff.
Always. I always
Full-time
wake up
job.
to text messages from Luke
Yeah.
that were I'm definitely well asleep, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, you were well asleep when you were on our coast even too, and I would send those.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I don't know. Over full-time job and kids, and I still find some time in the evenings to get creative with it.
It's the best time, like I tell you guys. Once the kids are asleep
Dude.
and the house is quiet, that's when you get to start doing your best work.
It's so true. And I mean, as a parent, we were talking about some parent stuff last week. One of the things I would say to just being a parent in general is finding your time and finding some time that like grounds you. And whether it's John getting some time on the field playing soccer, in my case, it's carving out a little time in the evening to like decompress from work and from kids, draw a little bit, whatever it is. It's important, man. And it helps you like be more in the moment as a parent and be more focused in just life. If you can carve out some time for yourself,
But
sometimes
like
it's hard, you're tired, but it's good for you.
Every night is basically like your night. Once the kid goes to sleep, if you have a little kid, once they go to sleep, whether it be like 8:39, 9ish, whatever, which is what we do.
Yes.
Then you have until you're sleepy to do what you need to do, which is sometimes, like I said, I play footy, or I'll catch up on a video game.
With the lady.
But
Tonight.
we go out, but
Tonight is your night, bro.
Oh,
Tonight.
is that True Lies? Oh, not True Lies. Is that Twins? Danny DeVito and Arnold.
Danny DeVito sings that to Arnold.
Yeah.
Tonight is your night, bro. Tonight.
God, that's a good movie.
What about you, Steven?
Oh man, I've been working 21-hour days at work.
That's it.
Like every
Got
week.
3 more hours left in the day.
I know. It's been
Underachiever.
nuts. But you know what? I'm hourly, so
Woo!
that after 12 hours you get that double time. So
Damn,
can't complain.
nice, actually.
That's not hard work. IT work's not like hard work. I know what I'm doing. So,
but you have to be
That's legit,
present and mentally.
well, there's a
you gotta be on your
there's a
game.
lot at stake. There's a lot
Yeah.
at stake because, like, when the business goes live the next day,
Computers run the world.
yeah, if it's not working, that's
Do you
bad.
just mess with people? Are you like,
Oh,
Have
constantly.
you tried restarting your computer?
oh yes,
Absolutely.
I restarted my computer.
Can you please just press enter 5
know,
times?
I do want to let everybody know out there who's not computer literate. If you've ever called tech support and they've asked you, have you tried restarting your computer yet? And you say yes, but you haven't, we can see that. We see the restart logs.
You do
We
need
know
to restart your computer every
Yeah.
once in a while. Same with your phone.
don't-
You got to restart.
Don't
that
lie.
thing.
Don't lie to
Yeah.
don't lie to your IT guy. Okay, we're just there to help.
That's good advice, dude.
I finally hit on 2 pairs of shoes this week. So normally, you guys know I only do like Nikes, like Dunks,
Yeah.
SBs, Jordans. So very rarely do I stray outside of the Nike realm. It's got to be like, the Star Wars Adidas, or
Mhm.
Sure.
it's got to be
Or
some
the X
Something you can
X-Men,
flip.
whatever,
Real,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Kith Asics.
Something you can
yeah.
flip.
Something you can flip.
well.
Let's just put it out there.
I finally got those Reebok NASAs that I've been wanting.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh.
Shoot.
Those apparently like sold out the same night that they released, and it was super ultra limited. It's a brand new collaboration between NASA and Reebok. So yeah, I was able to get those. So those are en route. And then also another Reebok dropped this week. Was it last? Yeah, a couple days ago. The alien stompers from Romulus.
Those.
Whoa!
Their site crashed
Wow!
like within like 2 seconds of loading. But I got a couple pairs of those. So we'll see which
Sick.
ones fit better. Yeah.
I thought you were
so-
going to mention the our boy New Hope Workshop. Jason got those Bull Airs Star Wars. The it's that custom like shoe guy that does Nike Dunk adjacent kind of stuff, but he did those
He
really
got
dope
the-
X-wing.
I think
he
he
got
ordered the X-wing ones, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
look
mean, we
really
can talk
good.
about
Pilot.
we can talk about that later in the weekly workbench.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, interesting.
Flashy.
Interesting.
So here's the thing, guys.
Spoiler alert.
Raimi did not give us any news this week.
Well,
Normally,
then there's
when
no
he,
news.
You get
When
the
he
night
knows-
off news.
when yeah, no. Well,
Listeners.
here's the thing. When he leaves, he normally gives us news notes.
He usually hires Hunter's Hollow Nut News to take over. But
We have a new correspondent this evening. It's going to be Wrecker's Back Alley Rumors, and whatever
Alley
happens in that
Rumors.
segment, take it with a grain of salt. But,
Whatever happens in
we
that
do wanna-
segment stays in that segment.
none of us know what's happening right now, so we'll all be
We do
surprised.
want to say thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, pick up an exclusive Big Nozzle Energy shorts and some Dad Batch Tiki glasses at thedadbatch.com.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, I don't know how this goes.
I thought
First
we
up
didn't
in the
have
news.
Yeah.
Did you not hear what I just said?
He just said the Wrecker's Back Alley.
Oh,
yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
make an
Rumors.
intro.
Rumors.
Back alley,
Rumors.
back alley
Jeez.
shady business.
The back
I thought
alley
it was
brouhaha.
Wrecker's rumors.
All right.
Back
So
alley.
first up on this non-news. So it turns out that Keanu Reeves was offered the role initially to play Master Soul in
Look
Acolyte.
what they were trying to do. They wanted to
Yeah.
remove him from the chance of being Revan. Why would they do that? Why would
He
they
turned
do
it.
that?
He turned it down after reading the
Good
pitch.
choice.
However, it turns out that
Excellent choice.
he has an open door at Lucasfilm to play pretty much anything he wants.
He's waiting for Revan. Watch. He knows.
And
you
I
know.
was thinking when I saw this kind of fueled those. There was some pretty heavy rumors that he was going to be in Acolyte, and we all assumed it was as Revan because Carrie Ann Moss was casted.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Which would
So-
just been weird.
Neo and Trinity.
Not cool.
Yeah. I just been
Yeah,
really
that's too
weird.
much. Too much.
Too much.
It would've
This
been
is
cool
a
to see
this
him
is a
go.
horrible Star Wars fan question. Is Revan part of that timeline that the Acolyte was in?
So the original story of Revan was supposed to be like some 3,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. Like it's way
Oh,
back
okay.
anyway. But since it has this like old Republic, it's from an old Republic quote unquote era. But then the new canon kind of moved everything up to like 200
Shifted it.
years ago or so, whatever, less
Yeah.
than, not so many thousands of years ago. So I mean,
13 years
technically he
before
could.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, right, yeah. I mean, technically he could have shown up a few
Yeah.
hundred years before, and I think that one of the statues or one of the things in the last in the Rise of Skywalker, the last sequel trilogy movie,
Mhm.
where Rey's fighting the Emperor and that whole
Oh, sure.
area. There is a mention of like the Revan and somehow I don't even remember
Oh.
how it was, but
Huh.
he turned canon in that moment.
Oh,
'cause he
wow.
wasn't canon
Okay.
before because he's
Did
from
they have like a
separate
statue
game.
of him or something in that moment? Or
I don't know if it was a statue or they mentioned like a battalion that was Revan and this and that. I don't know. But he could have, in theory, shown up in the Acolyte, or maybe as like a
Sure.
a flashback or something.
flashback or something.
He's probably like this.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but
Stop that bullet.
it would have sucked if they made him his soul, because then he would have never been able to be Revan if that's even a thing.
Yeah.
But,
He just needs to
Let's-
focus on John Wick, unless
There's
it's
another
a
one.
specific. Yeah,
John
unless it's
Wick
a specific
5000.
Dark
Till he's
Revan
90.
movie or
You're
something
doing
like
this till
that
you're
that
90.
comes up and it's offered. He just needs to focus on John Wick. That's it.
Well, that's a
Happen
cool
with it.
rumor.
yeah,
Did you guys
Yeah,
hear?
that is cool.
Did you guys hear? Ahmed Best wants to be the John Wick of Star Wars.
yeah. He's like, just let me do a film. Come
Yeah,
on."
he's like,
They'll need that
please
lightsaber."
let Kelleran Beck be the John Wick.
Yeah,
All
which
right.
I'm down for that. I'm
That'd
down
be
for
cool. Yeah,
I
he
like
was
him.
he was dope in that
He
episode for
saved
sure.
Grogu. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this next one was gonna be a rumor, but it's kind of confirmed. So, Ghostbuster lady, alien lady, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh.
She's confirmed officially her role in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Uh-huh.
I know we had talked about it a little bit before that she was rumored to be in there, but now she's officially confirmed it. She still hasn't said.
Sorry.
She didn't say specifically who she's playing, but it's confirmed because she mentioned that she worked with Grogu the other day. That's what she said. Was quoted to saying.
Interesting.
Sounds like she's not an Imperial at this point. Like we all hope.
I think
At
I saw
least
someone
myself.
report. They reported she was like starring in the movie.
What?
Starring. Huh.
I did hear
Oh,
that she's.
yeah.
I did hear in the same interview that she's open to returning to the Alien franchise.
That I'm down for.
Did you see that movie?
Uh,
You saw the movie.
I haven't.
I
Seen
did.
It yet.
Yeah.
And
Oh, dude, you didn't hear my review last week?
He doesn't listen to the show.
I didn't listen to
Dude.
the whole show. No.
It was peak Alien for me. It was like if I had to rate like the movie, like if I had to rate all of them, it would probably be Aliens, Alien Romulus, and then Alien. And then the other two kind of don't count.
It looked like they leaned into like the horror version, like
Yeah, more like the first Alien movie. Yeah.
and the
for sure.
disgusting version.
You guys, I mean, you guys have seen the photos of the alien at the end, right? The tall dude.
It's a
Oh, they
basketball
got-
player.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like the world's tallest basketball player. He's like
He's like
7'7" or
7'4".
something.
Oh,
Was that the guy you saw at the movies, John?
No, this was someone else. The guy I saw at the movies was one of the xenomorphs.
Oh, okay,
or whatever they're called in this
I thought
iteration.
Yeah.
But at the, he's spoiling it. At the end, there's
That's
this
okay.
other alien.
I'm not
and
gonna
it's like
see it.
tall and
I don't
skinny
care.
and whatever.
Was it Manute Bol's son, Bobo?
Bobo?
Have you ever seen him? Look
Is
up
that for real,
Bobo.
Dan?
Do you know Manute Bol? He's
Of
like
course.
old school.
Yeah,
Look up his
absolutely.
son. His son is Bobo. We went to a Charlotte Hornets
Is he
game,
Romanian?
and he plays for Miami, I think.
Oh,
And
no way.
He was there, and the dude literally looks like Sticks. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah. That's
Whoa.
whoa, look at his neck.
That's the actor. Yeah, Robert
Oh.
Bobritsky.
Brodsky.
Whoa.
Bobritsky.
7'7". This guy.
Is there a full body
7'7"?
shot of him?
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that.
But he was like one of the aliens at the end, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, look, he's so
that's what Bobo looks like. Just like
Bobo.
Sticks.
Dude, so
They look like-
tall, so
They look
sneaky.
like they're
It's so athletic.
their
too.
Yeah.
legs are just gonna break.
But yeah, it's something like that right there. That thing.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Anyway,
Look how long his neck
that's
is.
a
dude.
spoiler.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a trip.
That dude's getting choked in jujitsu. Easy.
You guys just
Yeah, the
see
only
him
problem is
coming
it'll
in and
take
you're
two of you to choke him.
"Yes."
Yeah,
Oh wait, that's a lot of
he's
neck right there.
7'7", dude.
Dude, he'll step on you.
Dude, there's
weighs-
no way
he's-
that guy would have been cast as Tim the Toolman Taylor's neighbor in Home
No.
Improvement.
Way too tall.
He's probably got like a size.
Hey,
How
neighbor.
big is Shaq's foot? Shaq's got like
Oh,
a size
like that
18
thing
or
was
something,
like
right?
ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh my
This guy's
God.
probably got like a 24 foot or something.
What else, what other rumors you got, dude?
Last one. It's not really a rumor. It's just, I guess it falls into the news. So Star Wars Outlaws is now playable. I haven't played it myself, but
NATO's
a
swearing
lot of-
by it.
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good initial reviews. I've also been hearing a lot of glitchy reviews, which is kind of par for the course on these new games. It kind of seems
Well-
like they just rush it out
Sure.
and then kind of just patch.
Oh,
What's up, John?
well, there's another game that came out recently. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically like this. It's like a monkey with a staff. and
Oh
it goes
yeah,
around.
that
it's
thing
called
looks
like
cool. Black
something
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some
And
Chinese lore.
yeah,
movie
so
or,
these
or
guys
game. It
came
looks
from
cool.
they came from only making mobile games to making this first time AAA game. They delivered on time. They there was no missing content and there's no microtransactions in the game. So and it's like the most played game ever on Steam. There's like it blew up their platform to like 37 million users at one time. Like
I watched one
these-
video on Instagram. Black Myth Wukong. Austin
There it is,
just
Black
put it in
Myth
the chat.
Wukong. There it is. Yeah.
I
It looks
watched
really good.
one
And not
video
only
on
that-
Instagram, and now it's just feeding it to me like constantly.
But listen, not only that, this game has such a big influence. It inspired Dragon Ball, and
Whoa.
Goku is based off this character.
Yeah,
And if
because
you
it's
look
like
at the
it's
first
like
Dragon Ball
ancient.
show, he has a staff.
It's based
It's-
off
it's an
ancient
old-
Chinese
It's an old
mythology or
myth.
something.
Yeah.
Cool.
It looks.
I thought
crazy.
Wukong was like King Kong's dad or grandpa or something.
I thought it
It's-
was King
it's-
Kong wearing a Wu-Tang shirt.
It's the Chinese version of Wu Tang Clan. The
Yeah.
Wukong.
Yeah.
Dude, I got.
I'd listen.
I got a
10 out of
rumor
10
we
would
can-
listen.
Here's a rumor we can talk about. That's
do
juicy
it.
and tasty. Who hasn't seen the video that Ryan Reynolds posted of Gambit
Well, you might be.
surviving?
We have a new segment now called Marvel Minute. You
Oh
might
yeah,
be
you've been
taking away
gone,
from that, yeah.
Brian.
Oh, I
Maybe-
thought we
maybe
had a
save
different
that one.
plan for that.
Put that
Okay,
in your back pocket.
sorry, Luke.
You know what's funny? Bring that up though, because
See,
I
Luke,
actually
that's all Luke's
forgot-
face
I
like,
actually forgot to include that one.
See, he forgot. He doesn't have the
Yeah,
images
we'll-
ready.
Reminding him
Yeah.
that let him do it.
It's in
All
there.
right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll
bring
talk
it
about
up.
later.
Bring it up.
We'll talk about it later. Good
Uh,
rumors, Steven. I like this.
and that is it for the news.
For the rooms.
Done
We need
news.
a records
rooms.
rumor intro, dude. Records
Back
rumor.
alley.
He's roomy.
Bogus.
Insert the crosshair
No.
thing before it. You know, the disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
Oh.
Should I
on
flash
that
you
brain.
something?
Well,
Oh, Brian's on the screen.
working on costumes is pretty much not on the table right now. My Mando's fully done right here, except for the rangefinder stock that John did not give me when I was in California. Now I have to wait for him to ship it. This is a resin
Oh.
one. But I was going to
Yeah.
wear this at Mosh Isley, Atlanta, which I ended up. I can't make it. So imagine this guy in the crowd just blending in. You can't see him. All you
No one
all
can
you
see
see,
you, right?
all you see was that shoulder belt. That's literally all
Just
you
a
would
shadow.
see. It's
That's
just
the
this
most
white
emo Mando there, just wearing all
dude,
black.
100%, dude. So
Can I ask
I have
you,
yet to.
So,
yeah.
So Dragon Con.
Yeah.
If I don't buy, okay, because looking at all your photos and everything from last year, it just looked
Yeah.
like you guys were just in the hotel lobby.
That's what Dragon Con is.
If I don't buy a ticket to Dragon Con, can I still go?
So I will say that Thursday and Friday of last year, nobody checked our tickets. They didn't check our right, John. They didn't check our ticket until Saturday.
No. Yeah. So it depends who, because there's so many people walking through that, and there's only like 2 or 3 people per entrance or whatever. So some people once in a while would be like, "Hey, let me see your badge," or like, let me see whatever. Show me you got something, and they're like, "Oh, okay." But most of the time, no one checked.
It's so crowded. Like you just walk in pretty much. But I mean, because once you're in the hotel, you just go from hotel to hotel to hotel.
Yeah, they're all connected.
It's all
so-
connected. So once you go in the one entrance on one end of a hotel and the other entrance of another, you're in. So
yeah.
Especially if you're in costume, they're not really like.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
and
it's-
an
you
easier
could-
way is just getting a room in one of the hotels, and then you can.
and
just
then you're
kind of
there. Then you wouldn't even
float
need
around.
a badge, literally.
That's the trick.
Um,
That's the trick. Okay.
But
That's what some people. Tell
I
me
was
that
just
go often.
Yeah, I was just gonna go. My initial plan that I had set in stone until I came back from Comic-Con and realized, like, oh, I can't go. Was just I was gonna drive 4 hours to Atlanta, go to Mosh, and then come home. But
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But But I have not been working on anything. I've been doing a little bit of work on my daughter Levi's truck. And I've actually, for the first time, used Bondo for its specific purpose, which is automobile repair. I was like, this is easy. No, you use Bondo on vehicles. Who would have figured?
It's crazy, right?
The costuming material, right? You're talking about Bondo, the costuming material?
Body filler. But yeah, I've been doing a little bit of work on her truck, and it's like so easy. I'm all, this, you just sand it.
There's no like complex curves or anything. It's just flat.
No, I mean, her truck's kind of like got a beat up look to it. So I'm not trying to make it like perfect. I'm just trying to like fill some holes so water doesn't get into it and continue to cause cancerous rust.
Which sure to clear coat it. Make sure you QK it.
Send it over.
Yeah, let's just chrome the whole thing.
Chrome it.
Yeah.
Panel by panel.
So that's it. That's all I got. Nothing.
I also was going to go to Dragon Con and cannot for multiple reasons. But so yeah, I haven't worked on anything for that. I had a helmet I made for that to go with my Mando that didn't have a rangefinder, but it's just sitting there. I'm also still chipping away at Wolverine. I got the I made the shoulders.
Woo. Cute.
So yeah, so they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. Came out pretty cool.
Those are gone when his sleeves come off, right?
Right. Yeah, they're only there like for half the time, I guess.
For the full suit. Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered the suit with the sleeves, and I'm pretty sure there's like it's just like an undershirt, so you can just take that off and do the sleeveless and not have to use these. And plus, also, I'm gonna do the Hot Toys version, which is a sleeveless with the shoulders.
That's the way it should have been.
It should have been the look in
Heck no, though. But
tweet.
Listen.
I'm sure
Hugh was like, man, if I'm gonna do all this work and take all this TRT to get this big, I need to show this off. You know what I mean? Hence the scene with the abs. Like he's like, listen, I spent 6 months building these things.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So whatever, but I didn't. So I'm gonna probably do a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and depending on the weather, really, I'll either do sleeves or no sleeves, or shouldered sleeves or whatever. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, John. I don't want to put you like on the spot, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh god!
Right after we saw that movie, you walked out into the lobby and you were like, "Oh man, I want to work out now."
Are you doing push-ups?
I started doing push-ups like a little
one day.
Ago.
You did them one day.
Couple days. But it's like I'll remember to do them like right after I eat, or like right as I finish footy and I come home. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of like exhausted. I don't want to do them right now.
Just
and
do
then
curls,
I kind of just
bro. Just do curls.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do for that costumes. Curls.
Yeah,
curls.
But
curls
yeah, I need to get on that. But I could wear the sleeves in the meantime. So there's options. We got options. And I'm not small. And you know what? I also want to get makeup and get rid of the tattoos so I can look more proper. Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. Yeah, but if I want to do the sleeveless look, I want to look like Wolverine. I don't want to look like tattooed Wolverine.
Hey, Raimi's in the chat trolling, just so you guys know.
Like a skin sleeve. Oh, I never thought of that.
That looks weird.
Skin sleeve.
That looks weird.
I don't know if I like that though.
Don't do it.
I'll
Sounds
just get
cool.
A buddy of mine has a makeup company. I'm gonna see if I can hit him up and shake him down for some.
Ramilay's in the chat trolling, just so you guys know.
Hey, Ramalay.
I don't see him.
Echo. He's trolling.
How's the barbecue?
Ways. You can find him. He's in there.
Anyway, but yeah, that's it. I'm waiting for the suit to show up, so I'll be able to sort of see how everything fits and because I don't know how I'm going to attach these things yet. It's just resin, you know.
Yeah.
So I assume the suit comes with something, and maybe I can put these right over them with Velcro or something. I don't know. Same with
It's not hard.
the gauntlets and stuff. Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm sure it'll be easy. But I'm excited to try it, and sleeves, no sleeves, and how it fits. Helmet. I have another helmet coming that's printed in PLA that a buddy of mine just had for sale. John Stark. I don't know if you guys follow him.
Yeah.
But he printed like 10 of them, and he's like, I'm trying to get rid of these. I got one, and it has the magnets and everything, which I don't think I'll probably just glue it. But yeah,
I see what you're doing with that beard there too. So you're prepping.
Oh, the beard's just chilling. Yeah, it'll
you're
get
prepping.
cut.
He sneezed. He sneezed this week, and that happened.
There's a lot. There's a lot of beard going on. I might need to trim. But yeah, just prepping just in case. You never know.
Fuck yeah!
That's it.
Let's go.
Let's effing go.
LFG. LFG. So I mentioned last week that I got a bug to do a latex mask for an alien from Star Wars based off of the wicked conversation that we had kind of before, during, and after the pod last week. You guys doing the Nikto Warriors. And so I've always had it in the back of my head, like, I've loosely kind of looked too. I've never like outright contacted somebody that does dope, Greedo masks or like Niktos or whatever. Sometimes you see those pop up from time to time, but I've always been like really into this Jabba's like skiff guard guy. We kind of had like a conversation about this too. I don't know if his name is Klaatu, if his race is Klaatu.
No.
Yeah, but I was also looking
is
online, and some things say his name is like newer figures, like say his name is Woof, like 3 O's, WOOF, or Klaatu. But he's like a dope super green Jabba's skiff guard guy. And after we talked last
something
week,
to do at 1 a.m., you're like, oh, here,
dude,
let me.
Literally, pulled out a mannequin head, pulled out some old clay that I had, and started to sculpt this guy. Now, the problem is I forgot to bag him overnight, and he cracked super bad.
That looks gnarly,
bro.
It's repairable, but I got to fill in all these cracks, and then I got to finish sculpting all the detail.
Can't you just spray it with a water bottle and like?
But the size is like pretty good. Like I was, this is kind of an eyeball project, but it looks like him. It's starting to look like him.
It looks like someone's dried out head.
Yeah.
It looks. Your pictures of it initially looked really, really good, and that looks like
this looks like you put someone in your closet and didn't bag their head.
Yeah. I'm passing it off as a Star Wars prop.
I think if you have like a spray bottle with water, I think you can mist it on there and do in
the chat.
Work it and talk.
Klaatu was a male Kadasi Nikto. Kadasa Nikto.
Klaatu is a cooler name, but
he's a green Nikto, and those are brown Niktos.
Talk to
that
David Neff.
That I know for
because
sure.
David Neff, he hand sculpted his
Cad
Bane, and he had never done anything like that either. He just was like, I'm doing it. No one makes it. No one makes this.
Same idea. Like I got just way ahead of myself. I spent that's like one evening's worth of work. And then I kind of forgot about it. And I came back like the following day and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to cover it with like a plastic bag. And it
like a hostage, dude. It's like a hostage. You just
dried out and cracked.
Bag over the head.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It looked really good.
Is that how it works?
It did look really good. And now it looks really bad.
It looks crazy
really
now. It'll I'm gonna bounce it back. It'll come back. I'm bringing it back to life. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I haven't really had too much time to chip away at it. Not only I mentioned earlier, is it my boys last week before school starts next week, but my wife left for a trip at like 7 this morning, and she's gone till Friday night. My parents actually just showed up today to like watch the boys and stuff tonight while I do the pod. But
happy belated birthday to Liz and to my wife,
Lori. And to your wife. Yeah, share a really similar birthday date.
Birthdays all around.
That's right.
No, Emily with some wise words. He just needs moisturizer, Luke. It'll be okay.
Some chapstick.
Yeah. Ma.
Yeah.
It just looks like he's having a bad moisture day
Everything
on,
day.
on Tatooine. On Tatooine,
That is what
yeah.
happens when you don't moisturize on Tatooine, gentlemen. Just be warned.
Oh my god.
SPF 1000 and a good moisturizer, and you're set.
It's cool though. What a mission you took. I saw you doing that, and I was like, "What the heck?" I mean, it didn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
it just reminded me of Megadeth because he did the same thing.
Yeah.
He was just like,
yeah,
"No,
I
it
should
makes
hit
sense.
him up, man.
I'm doing it."
I'm going to hit some hurdles for sure coming up. So,
Well, someone does make those masks.
do they really?
Yeah, they're just
Chris Steffens or,
$400.
Yeah,
300
true.
bucks,
I don't.
400 bucks,
Yeah, I don't really have a.
that type of.
And you need
drop
something to
100
do it.
bucks on a mask right now.
And
but
you need something to do at 2 a.m. So
I like late night activities. So if
Yeah,
I'm
it's
putting my
fun.
hands in some clay, I'm doing all right in the world.
little ghost action, just
Well, when I sent you guys, dude, when I sent you that originally, I was gonna recreate that and put that song over it. And I just didn't make time to do a recreation of the ghost sensual clay scene.
Do you have a Lazy Susan? Is it on Lazy Susan? Or are you like
I do have a Lazy Susan, and
Well,
I
now,
mean that's gonna
now
have
when
to,
you make
that's
you
now
have
when
to
you
do
make
it.
the
I'm doing
second
that for
one,
real.
you have
That just settles it for sure. That's going down. Oh man.
What about you, Stevie?
I was waiting for Luke to say that's it.
No.
That's it.
Okay. So I have quite a few things that came in the mail this week. I don't want to show it off yet because I don't. Did I tell you guys that I'm building a new studio?
No.
no?
In your garage, right?
So everything that you see here is going to be gone very soon. So my wife came in here one day,
My wife.
and the studio that I'm recording in now is the one that I built in the garage.
Yep, we just saw it.
And I can't run my AC in here because it'll be way too loud during the pod. So she came in here one day to like ask me a question or something, and when I opened the door for her, I was just like dripping sweat. And it doesn't come up on camera or anything, but yeah, sometimes it gets to like over the 90s in this little tiny closet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she felt really bad about that, and so we discussed it, and her idea was to move all the clothes out of our large walk-in closet in the master bedroom upstairs so that she could get like one of those freestanding
Built-ins?
custom closets, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm taking over the large walk-in closet.
Oh,
And
cool.
it's like probably 4 times the size of this room.
Oh, nice,
And
dude.
it's gonna be my new
'cause that room's
office.
tiny. Yeah.
Yeah, my new office studio. So the way that I designed it, it's got like 3 desks in there. It's gonna have like 4 computer screen. It's gonna be so choice. It's gonna be so choice.
screens, 40
But the most important thing is it has HVAC, so it's got cooling and heating and vent and
That's
everything.
nice.
It's so one of the tables that I'm setting up on there, because I'm gonna have like three cameras, like you know how like Raimi does the multicam setups.
Yeah.
So mine, I'm gonna have the one camera for streaming, and then I'm gonna have another camera that's gonna be like one of those top-down cameras for unboxings and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Brian, you know how like David Bluetile does his shoe unboxings?
Yep.
It's gonna be just like that. So I'm gonna have like the A camera, the B camera, and the first thing that I'm gonna unbox is gonna be my Bull Airs Stormtroopers, which are in here.
You got the Imperial ones. Nice.
Got the Stormtroopers, yeah.
I can snap a picture of his setup the next time I'm there.
Ooh,
It's
yes,
pretty
please.
sweet. It's not very
Yeah.
big either. It's just
Right.
I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture of it. Yeah. He's got a camera mounted up on a thing.
Right. Like pointing down to the table. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have that set up very soon, probably within the next couple weeks, and then I'll get this thing unboxed.
Nice.
But what I do want to show, and I picked this up this afternoon. This is the brand new, just released today, Batman popcorn bucket,
Oh, sick.
and it lights up.
Call him.
Oh my god, dude, that's like a prop.
Dude, I know. It was only like $30.
Where's
That
the
is
popcorn
so
go?
Cool. Doesn't even matter where the
It-
popcorn goes.
There's
But
There's
wait,
no
does it hit the light?
bat-
No. Is there like?
wait.
It is a light.
There's no Batman movie coming out.
So they're releasing today. No, they're re-releasing the Batman with
89
Pattinson.
Oh,
Re-release.
They're attaching like a special look at the Penguin with it.
Oh, because that's the same universe. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's coming out. That's why.
Dude, I had never like when I got the Wolverine popcorn bucket, I was just already there watching the movie. This Batman bucket, there was like a massive line in front of the theater before they even opened.
Wow.
This is the new
It's the new thing.
thing to get.
collectible.
Yeah, you have to get popcorn buckets now. Yeah.
Anyway, they sold out in 8 minutes.
Damn.
And it was like I had offers on my way to the car. I was like I was like getting nervous like that I was gonna get jumped.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Wow. We got those tiki cups.
Dude, do those things and then
Oh yeah, we got the. That's right.
Those things are dope. Yeah,
That's right,
I got
dude.
them.
The
Deadpool and
ceramic, they're
Wolverine.
ceramic too.
Yeah, they're super
they're
nice, yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And they were only $20. I was surprised.
Those are $20. Right?
Oh man,
That's
yeah.
awesome though. I wish I would have got one of those. That thing is so cool.
So
I just
funny.
love that
weird.
his tongue is rubber.
The tongue
That's
is
so
rubber.
weird.
I like the is it what's the zombie head Deadpool? Is that just Headpool?
Stop.
Yeah.
Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some dudes weather those up as like a prop piece and then like put them on like a shelf and they looked really good. They like kind of glazed the eyes so they were super like realistic looking and did a lot of like really nice weathering to them. They turned out really cool. You could do that to that bat signal. You could hit a little silver just nicks and
I did
scratches and
that
stuff.
with all the Star Wars popcorn buckets from Disneyland. The AT-AT, the Millennium Falcon.
Oh,
same
yeah, that would
thing.
be
You
cool
just-
doing
You
that.
literally just blackwash them and hit it with a couple little pieces of paint.
Yeah, good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go. Little display piece.
Good to go.
I think that's everyone's workbench, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I love that intro. I love it, dude.
Yeah, Stevie. Booyah.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
I got that
I don't
slide
have
in there.
anything handy.
Got that gambit slide in there. About to make a name for myself.
I'm about to make a name for myself.
So I got a couple news pieces, but then I thought we'd, mix it up a little bit and talk about some of our favorite Marvel characters. Oh, John, what is that one?
oh, it's
Is
the
that
same
an
one you
unpainted?
have, but I just painted it with shrapnel.
Oh,
That's just
my
pure
gosh,
pure
that's cool.
vibranium.
It's just
Yeah.
vibranium, right?
Dude, that is beautiful.
I have to do the candy still, red and blue.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Nice. So a couple news bits at the top, and then we'll talk about some heroes and villains. We got a little look at Gambit as possibly a little preview into his introduction into the MCU. And Ryan Reynolds put it on his page. It was shown in the movie. It was on one of the little teeny tiny TV screens at the
Yeah.
TVA in the back.
Genius.
At the very end of the movie.
So good. Yeah.
Marvel's the goat.
Can't
The
wait for it to come out.
goatiest of goats.
Watch it
And
forever.
yeah, to be able to like get a nice look at that scene that they filmed and give
Can-
all
can
of
you
us hope
describe
and
what
dreams
happens in
for
the scene?
future. Yeah, so we kind of pan up from ground level. Toad is in the foreground with his tongue cut out, and there's a bunch of like villains kind of strewn across the ground.
It's the
And
girl
it
with the
pans up
long
that we
nails
see-
too, right?
That's
Oh
Lady
yeah,
Deathstrike.
was that Lady Deathstrike right there
Lady
too?
Deathstrike.
Yeah, I saw.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a
Very
gal
nice.
in the front as well.
They all
And
did.
it pans up for silver boots, leather trench coat, and then it kind of cuts to another scene where Gambit turns over his shoulder and it's looking toward the camera, and you get this nice little visual of him looking over his shoulder, and as he's looking, light illuminates in his eyes. The Marvel Sparkle Circle. Did I say that right? Marvel Sparkle Circle.
But you can see it when
Say
he's
that 3
walking.
times
When
fast.
he's walking, you can see
It
the
lights
orange
up.
light on his
over his shoulders kind of hit.
Sparks up, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, we get this neat little illumination, which hopefully signifies him finding his way out of the void, maybe back to
Yeah.
his own universe, hopefully to the MCU universe. Who knows where them void portals drop you? But
Dude, Marvel's so
Little
good.
poppin'.
At that.
it's also neat to speculate. Like, what if he showed up at the end of Endgame and just was in the background somewhere, and that was just like him jumping through a
Hey,
portal, and just he's in
that-
Endgame, and now from now on, you know, he's in the
My-
MCU or something.
We
My-
won't know
my-
until we know.
My educated wish is that he's going to be in the same universe as Beast that we saw at the end of the Marvels,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess is
With
is
Fraser.
it, did they confirm if that's the same universe as like Deadpool
I don't know.
and X-23 and all them?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
I mean, they had to have known the impact people seeing Gambit was going to be, and
He was
put
doing
this
like Jimmy
in,
Fallon about it, you know, like it's
And-
out there now, you know.
and put this in as some sort of tease, just to keep us hanging for what? Like,
Yeah.
it might not be a Gambit movie, but just like, hey,
He'll be
Right.
in it for sure.
we're gonna put him
Yeah,
in. some
and I don't
He'll
even
be
know
in
if I
some
need
type.
a full Gambit movie, but just to know he's in the
No,
MCU
right.
and maybe he shows up somewhere down the road in an X-Men thing or an Avengers Secret Wars thing. Who cares? Give me more Gambit. I don't even
Yep.
care where he shows up.
Yep.
So it was
He
just
was
very
so,
promising
he was
and exciting.
so good. He was
So
so,
good,
good.
dude.
When I watched it the
So
second
good.
time, I was like, dude, he might be one of my favorite things about that movie. He's
It
so
was a
good.
tip-top highlight. Faux.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Brian, is if the X-Men are done right, they're all that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's-
just
that's
like that character. And
Yeah.
Channing Tatum like played it like so
Nailed it.
well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he
Yeah.
nailed it. Like,
Yeah.
when
I
someone
actually
puts that work into it, you know, it's the same type of dedication that Ryan Reynolds has to Deadpool.
I saw a clip of him on like I think it was maybe Jimmy Kimmel. It was one of the Jimmys, late night Jimmys. And he was talking about the Gambit appearance, and he talked about the movie kind of being in limbo from like the Fox side and now under the MCU banner. And he was like, I mean, it was just really sweet and endearing. And it's kind of just like when you see your people talk about the stuff that you're passionate about. And he was like getting kind of emotional about the character. He's like, dude, I have loved this kid since I was a little kid. Like when I was in 3rd grade, I was playing with like the trading cards, acting like I was Gambit, you know. And
Right.
I mean, that could all be just actor rhetoric too. You never know, but he seems pretty genuine about the character to be attached to it for that long and pushing for it that long. Like, why would you do that or care about such an obscure character? You know?
It's like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they just like, they don't miss. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, there was nothing about Gambit, and I'm not that good with comic book history. You guys are better at that, but it just seemed to me like he's a strong character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
he-
to
he-
see
well,
him
he had
doing
the
the stunt
potential.
work and everything,
Yeah.
and him doing the choreography, like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, and he was doing the legit moves. Like he was dedicated, man.
Dude.
It was dope to see. He
trained,
showed up
is
right.
is Wesley Snipes part of your Marvel Minute?
No.
So
You wanna hit
so
us?
Ryan Reynolds had a very similar post, and it was like, you know, like a love letter post to Wesley Snipes about
Nice.
Blade. Very
Yep.
similar thing, and he was just like he basically said like, we need more Blade,
Yeah.
please.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
he was like specifically a Old Man Logan send off. Like,
Oh,
you
that'd
know,
be so great. I mean, he was the original thing that started the character that started it all for the Marvel. You know,
Yeah.
maybe not specifically the MCU, but in terms of just generating interest in comic book movies, Blade was the linchpin of
Yep.
it all. He was there at
Yeah.
the beginning for it, you know. And I would love to see that for Wesley Snipes. I mean, he's super dope, and he was
I'm a-
great in the movie.
I'm a sucker for those like crowd reaction videos.
Oh yeah,
And like the crowd reaction videos of that scene of Elektra and then Blade,
Yeah.
and then the music that they play when Blade walks out is so like dark and ominous,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes doesn't age. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. He's in his
looks
60s.
exactly the
Yeah,
same.
he looks great.
Yep.
And when he walks out and that music plays, you're just all, no way. I did not expect
Did
him.
not expect that. Yeah.
Never even crossed my mind. I honestly forgot even that he was like a Marvel character.
Yeah.
Like when he walked out.
It was such a nice touch.
It was dope.
But then even the fourth wall breaking, like the minor fourth wall breaking that he does, where he's like, "Only ever gonna be one blade," you know, like come on, right?
Just all of the flourishes put to that and
The
around those
Punisher,
characters. It's so
isn't
great.
there like
Which one?
6 of those guys?
As much as we love like getting spoilers, having that moment that we all had together was that makes it for sure.
It's top moves for sure. It was so great. That's cool, man. I think that speaks to Ryan Reynolds' character too, to be able to like, put up these posts about people he cares about that he worked with on the movie and their history connection to, not only just the MCU at large, but just, he's fans of these people and he's friends with them, and to call them out and give them some love is very endearing and sweet. It's really cool to see.
A lot of thought and energy went into that movie.
Are you listening, Star Wars?
Heck to the yeah. Then we got news that James Spader is coming back as Ultron for the new Vision show, which is set to debut it's going to start filming early 2025. Possibly they would get it turned around by end of 2025. I don't know if I've seen like a potential release date for it, but the show title they're kicking around for it is Vision Quest. And, he's obviously a family member of Ultron in a sense. So hearing Spader's coming back, don't know anything about what his role will be in terms of if it's new Ultron, flashback Ultron, internal monologue Ultron with how Vision is in this new form. I do not know, but that's very cool that they're bringing back a Marvel villain to me that I liked Age of Ultron. Like, I'm not even, one of those folks like in the line of MCU movies that thinks Age of Ultron was a weak movie. I thought it was like a totally fine movie. I just wish that we, I don't know, Ultron felt so finite in that movie. I felt like he was just kind of over with, and he's a huge Avengers and larger threat in the Marvel comics. So I think bringing him back can set up things down the road, even post Secret Wars, that they maybe didn't get to explore with just the singular Age of Ultron movie, which Age of Ultron as a comic series is way more of a bigger deal. Like, that title, I feel kind of was wasted, if anything, for that Avengers title. Because Ultron could be like a super, super big threat down the road for the MCU.
It was a placeholder for, it was for the greater story. So
yeah.
But I get your point. Yeah.
But he's AI. It's cool he can come back. So
I could see them using Ultron somehow to explain the Robert Downey Dr. Doom thing. Because Ultron was Tony Stark's answer to, what did he say? Putting a suit of armor around the world.
Yeah.
Right. And had he, like, in a what if scenario, alternate timeline, if that had happened, maybe that would have been the pathway to being a Doctor Doom type.
Sure.
I don't know, but I could see, like, it makes sense in my mind.
I'm behind too.
Like
so Vision has his own show coming out. Or
he's going to be getting a show. Yeah. And what
I love that actor too. He's so good.
Oh yeah, Paul Bettany's so rad. I'm excited for a Vision show. But I did read that it's going to be the third part of a TV trilogy where it started with Wanda and Vision. I guess part of his story rolls into the Agatha Harkness TV show that's coming out for Halloween.
Doesn't make sense.
That sounds more Scarlet Witchy to me, but they definitely said, it has a place within this trilogy that they're kind of using for the Vision. So
I could see that Agatha show coming out, and then it leads into something bigger,
Yeah.
because Agatha is super cool, and I think that show will probably do well and be decent.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as grand as some of this other stuff, but I think it like leads into like a Vision show, which I love Paul Bethany.
And maybe that's how they, hook interest early on. If it seems like it's a more of a, I mean, earthly grounded kind of show, but in terms of like magic and stuff like that for the Marvel universe, it's not what everybody instantly thinks of, I think, when they think Marvel property. Right. But if they're able to kind of be like, well, for everybody that's kind of on the fence, we got some stuff cooking in the background here that will tie into a larger narrative. Could be.
It's the guy with the dollar on the fishing line going,
ooh, almost got him.
Ooh.
Oh, gotta be quicker than that.
That is a deep cut. That's great.
I'm full of them tonight.
And the last little piece of news is the little tease we just got of Ben Grimm on set wearing the Thing costume. And man, oh man, I don't know. We talked about this beforehand. I don't know how or what they're going to do with a physical Thing costume. I'm sure they'll just animate the heck out of it where they need to, but use it for scale and for reference for other actors. But dude, it looks so dope. And that is ready to plug and play into like, Avengers Campus on Disneyland. The same way they did that giant Hulk in the suit, like you can totally run with that and clean it up, of course, from what it looks like here on hidden camera that was snapped. But this is exciting. This is getting me really excited for the Fantastic Four.
I'm not a fan of them really, but I'm excited to see if they do it better, obviously, because the other ones were like, but I've always liked Silver Surfer. I thought Silver Surfer was super cool.
Yeah, but they're I would say they're kind of an acquired taste in comics. It is.
Their powers
I
are
think
a little,
they've, Yeah. I think like they've had some fantastic storylines. They've had some storylines that maybe don't resonate with me as much and kind of haven't given them a second read ever. But there's some really good stuff in the Fantastic Four as being Marvel's first family, for the superhero universe. They got to be there. So
it's from a different time, just the concept of these type of superheroes from a different era. But it's still cool. I mean, and if this is gonna get us Doctor Doom, I'm happy.
If this is gonna get us Doctor Doom, super happy about that. And if they do, kind of what it seems like they're going to kind of do, which is bring them from the 60s into like maybe the regular MCU, and they're kind of fish out of water, man out of time, like Captain America was, and they can play on all of the funny and dramatic that comes with that, being from a different timeline, being in the wholesome 1960s as this Marvel Comics family was, and then being thrust into this new world. Could provide a lot of cool moments.
So here's the rumor that I heard is that they're actually from the 616. Like they're from our MCU that we know of.
Whoa.
Earlier.
And they're from either like the present or the future in the MCU. And when they go through the space thing to get their, cosmic rays and all their powers and stuff, or there's something that happens where they get transported to an alternate reality, like another multiverse, right? But the Earth that they land on is in the 60s.
Whoa.
And that's going to explain why there's a Robert Downey Jr. Victor Von Doom in that timeline.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm multiverse.
So they're going to have all this like futuristic technology, but they're going to be stuck in the 60s.
That's awesome. I hope so.
I'm a little.
I thought the opposite would happen.
I have a hangover of the multiverse, but the way they did it in Deadpool was.
Don't wait. I mean, don't worry. It'll all be
good. It's the Russo brothers. They'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. No. Sorry, I was thinking of Secret Wars and.
When is Secret Wars set to come out? Is it 27 or 28?
26 and 27. I think Part 1 is 26. Part 2 is 27.
Don't worry, Brian. 3 more years of multiverse, and then
Oh,
it'll be
It'll go
flattened
quick.
out. It'll be flattened out.
I'm not worried because I feel like so much of this stuff is in process, and they're pulling back of Daredevil and redoing it. What just happened with Deadpool and the success of it, I feel like Marvel's going to be like, yeah, okay.
They're going to rethink some things for
like,
sure.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
I think they're going to still have probably multiverse. Well, I mean, they've got a ton of multiverse ends to tie up. But I think they can just kind of streamline some of the main beats now the way they did with Deadpool, where they're just like, look, it's a mess. It's a joke. Let's just kind of keep it tight and move it along.
Yep.
You know, it is basically kind of what they said in Deadpool. And they probably will take that mentality going forward somewhat with some of the larger scope of storyline down the road, hopefully.
You know, this is everything that we're going through, because like everything we're going through right now with Marvel, like as of right now, this is all a product of the discussions and the retreat that Kevin Feige had in April of 2022 when Marvel was at their peak. I shouldn't say peak, when Marvel was at their lowest during the phase, right? And they were just having like everything was just bomb after bomb after bomb.
Yep.
Feige took all the writers. I think it was right after Thor: Love and Thunder. He took all the writers. He took all like the heads of state, if you will, for Marvel, and they did like a 2-week retreat, and they discussed the next 10 years, next 10 years of Marvel. And so what we're seeing now, with Deadpool, with the reduction of all these TV shows, with the Daredevil redo, and everything that you guys were talking about, this is all a product of that. So. Yeah, we've got at least 8 more good years.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe
for sure.
Yeah,
At least there's going to be a ton of stuff coming out.
Yeah, super excited for what we're seeing from Marvel coming.
Yeah, you know what? Shout out to NATO Potato. I played Fortnite with this guy a couple nights ago, and we
heard he was good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. We're in the Marvel season, and the cool thing about so. Side note on multiverses, right? So in Fortnite, when you go visit Doctor Doom, he's taken over the whole island in Fortnite.
Cool.
He made a throne. So he killed the Fantastic Four. He made a throne out of Thing's body.
Damn.
Wow.
He took Johnny Storm's heart and put it in the fireplace, so it's just constantly burning.
Wow.
He trapped Sue Storm in a glass container that is invisible, so you can't see her. You can't see her dead body in there.
Crazy.
And then he this is the really gruesome one. He took Mr. Fantastic and he wrapped himself into a ball, and you can see him trying to escape from himself. And you don't know how long. Yeah, you don't know how long he's been trying to do that.
So who do you play as?
Your own character. Right now, I'm playing as Deadpool.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Who did Nate play as? These are important questions.
These are
John Wick.
I can't remember.
Wolverine.
Nate was
Magneto.
Put it in the chat, Nate. Come on.
Nate, who was your skin? What skin were you playing as?
Nate's a Thanos. I bet he
Colossus.
Oh, you know what? I might have
Colossus.
Is there Colossus?
Colossus.
There's a Colossus.
Is there? Cool. Just guessing.
Anyway,
he's so funny, dude. I love that guy. Deadpool with the bear head. Come on, Nate.
What the?
Oh man.
Man, so that's it for the news. I thought we could talk some favorite superheroes for this segment and talk about just some characters that we're into, and just get a little discussion going of who's our dude, who's our guy or gal in our respective 616 universe or MCU universe that I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to rap about. You know, for me, I mean, Captain America was somebody that I connect to as a kid. It was a comics thing. you know, I grew up just listening to my listening to my parents, man. You know, respect your elders and do good by your neighbor, protect your younger brother, and
no cursing
at all.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Just me? Is anyone else?
Can you hear me, Stevie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Word. I saw John tapping on his ear.
John does.
Can you hear me?
Luke doesn't curse.
Yeah, I rarely curse.
He curses all the time on the pod. By the way, no cursing on the pod, Luke.
I'm sorry. I think I already cursed
America's butt.
America's booty. Yeah, and you know, I got a comics run like when I was a kid, and it actually was funny because I had to look back at it. I thought it was an old X-Men comic that I had. It was like the very first like comic that I can remember getting that I was like, I'm into comics. Like this thing hooks me. It was actually Jim Lee drew it, who was a huge X-Men artist, and Wolverine was in the comic, and it was Captain America 268. It was a flashback story about Wolverine and Cap during World War II. And Wolverine wasn't Wolverine then. He was Logan, and he was a spy, a Canadian spy, and they had teamed up on a mission. They met each other mid-mission, and there was just something about, and I think I was familiar with the characters from like the Secret Wars toys and stuff as a kid, but it was the first time like I read something as a comic that it had a little bit more of like a kind of felt like a mature element to it, even though it was a Marvel comic. I mean, there's like espionage. They're talking about World War II and defeating Nazis, and it just had this really cool element to it. And so I continued to follow Cap through comics myself, just into his own series. And once I got like my own little subscription box at my comic shop, it continued into larger stories and other spin-off series and everything else. And then when they introduced him into the MCU, it's such a ridiculous costume and it's such a ridiculous character in a way, but to do it so shamelessly and to just own it and lean into the character and like what he stands for, and you know, his morality, it was just like something else to see. Like I kind of couldn't believe like what I was seeing, like seeing Chris Evans portray this character like that. And it you know, it speaks to me, man. Like I've always just kind of enjoyed like his journey through the comics, and to see it kind of turned into a live action thing, it was a cherry on top to what I had already known about the character in my time. And honestly, like, I know I'm probably, you know, probably most known for like Deadpool or Star Wars or something like that for costuming, but I probably feel the most at home wearing one of my Captain America costumes. There's something about like, you know, talking to people in that there's truly like joy and hope that you see in people's eyes when you embody a character. I'm not a great Imperial officer for it. I'm not stoic and stern. I'm not a great Batman. I'm too smiley. But when you talk to kids as Captain America, and I've done a couple hospital visits as Cap, it's pretty magical, man. You know, what that character means to people, and what the larger you know, entity of who he embodies beyond just being, you know, Captain America. It's powerful, man. And it really hooked me early come to life as an adult. It was language freaking dope.
So, I mean, he was Chris Evans, like played him like so well. And I mean, he's like, so, you know, he's American apple pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the like quintessential, like good old boy, you know?
Yeah. Good.
He's
human.
A leader. He's good person. Like he's, you know, down to the cursing thing, you know, it was like an Endgame when he's like, let's go get this son of a bee. Like, it's like, you're like, oh my God, Cap curse.
He said bee.
Yeah. Which was best in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hell yeah. But it's just, one of those ones, for an example for the segment, you know, and hopefully we can do more of these, you know, for the future too. But let's see.
And your Cap is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
sorry. Ooh, I remember that card. That's a good one. That's like 90s.
Yes.
Yeah. That's amazing. Guess that's me. Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Am I talking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine has always been my favorite. I haven't been very loyal to the comics lately. I haven't been keeping up much, and even like the memories I have of this character are from when I was young, and kind of like Luke and I had a conversation the other day. Like he was telling me he would always draw certain characters and stuff, and I would always do the same thing. And he showed, like basically Wolverine and Omega Red, and I would do a lot of Colossus and so Wolverine was a big part of that. Me growing up, I remember going to like a summer camp, like where it was just kind of like a daycare essentially, but we would be playing X-Men and I would always be Wolverine, and it's just us as little kids, and I was always Wolverine. And yeah, I mean, I don't. And sorry, while you were explaining why you left Captain America, I was having some technical difficulties. I had to switch my headphones, and I didn't hear everything you had to say. And I know you said a lot, so I'm going to listen to it again during the show.
Oh yeah.
When I play it back, but I don't have anything super profound or anything. I just always loved this character. I liked that he was like that he never gave up. Essentially, like he'd always fight until he was dead, but he was never dead. So it's like he'd just go forever. And I always liked that this dude's mutant powers were not the adamantium. Because as a kid, I that's at first I thought I was like, oh, his powers are these metal claws.
Me
like,
too.
No, like as a kid, you're like, oh, that has to be it because you don't see anything else. But no, like it's healing factor, and that was what was gave him the chance to accept that metal onto his body, I guess. So his healing factor, and I guess he has like an animalistic sense or something, which kind of comes and goes depending on what you're reading. But I just always loved the character. And
what's the version that got you? Like what was the first version that you saw that hooked you as a character? Was it the blue and gold, or was it the brown, or was it
I think
out
it
of
was
costume?
It might have been the blue and yellow, but I think more than anything it was more like just the silhouette of the costume, because it didn't matter what iteration it was always cool. And even the character, but the mask was always so iconic. But if I had to choose, it would be the blue and yellow suit for sure.
Nice.
Like just Jim Lee area, like
Jim Lee area,
X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold, and all that stuff is like amazing for me. I love it.
So dope.
It's just good memories, the nostalgia and good memories, and I'm happy to be doing a costume now because I've never done a Wolverine costume.
So sick.
So it's kind of cool. It's like a full circle thing. Should be cool. But
he always struggled. He always struggled with being like animalistic killer that he is versus like being a good person. Like Deadpool, like touched on that like so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was such just what he went berserker mode, and just went nuts on everybody, and in that comes, casualties.
And I think that was the version. It was the version that was basically with Deadpool, because he all those tombstones you saw in his little flashback memory thing, like he kind of went crazy and killed everyone, and by the time he realized everyone was dead or something, and
it's almost like the curse of his like powers,
of his
right?
powers, definitely.
Right?
The animal side of him for sure.
And then the end of Deadpool, him, I need to be the one that dies or whatever. He
redeems himself. And it was cool that they had to link together to do it, and they both survived, and all that good stuff. Obviously, we want to see more of him in the MCU before they pass it on to someone else. But Wolverine, just awesome.
It's dope, man.
Oh my God, the Calverine.
That was awesome too.
All right, Brian, you're up.
Oh, you just ruined this for me. I can't look at that and talk about this. Weird Al.
So why is Ant-Man your favorite hero? Brian?
I liked Ant. So like, there's 3 other characters that I could say that like are more like the go-to, like Winter Soldier, love Winter Soldier, Daredevil, Punisher, like, but those are like the typical like, oh, badass dudes, and just like F shit up. Like, well, sorry, Steven. You know, but I can't look at that, dude.
Too good.
I gotta look away, dude. I gotta look away. But like Ant-Man in Paul Rudd specifically in the MCU, it's just what we're talking about, like, you know, Cap's like, you know, Mr. America, whatever. Like Ant-Man in the MCU is so like wholesome.
Yeah.
And you know, from Ant-Man 1, him and his daughter, him just trying to like be a good dad and do the right things, whatever. And then through, you know, Ant-Man 2, his relationship with God dang it, Wasp, whatever her name is. And then even in Endgame and everything, and he's always cracking jokes. He's always got the one-liners, and then also he's also the butt of all the jokes. You know, War Machine, hey, Tic Tac, like calling him all the names and everything, and like, we got an Ant-Man. What? He gets little, like just all that. I don't know. He's such the like unassuming hero of the Avengers, right? Like he's really just a normal dude that like knows how to wear this suit, and he has good intentions, and he's just doing what he thinks is right, you know? And then especially like, and then just I don't know, maybe it's just like the father-daughter thing too, of like, that's the part of an Endgame that always gets me when he rolls up to Cassie and finds her in his old house, and she's 5 years older and a grown teenager or whatever. And he's like, oh my God, like, you know, he's been reunited. I don't know, all that with him, just always, I've found like, he's just such a wholesome character. Same as Captain America. And I think just with him being the unassuming hero, like I just love that. I love his whole thing. And Paul Rudd's just great, you know. Oh, look, Paul Rudd finally aged. You know, from Deadpool. Like I don't know. I just felt like his whole everything he was in the MCU was just awesome, you know.
Well, and that's an example too, where I feel like the movie character far surpassed the comic version, you know, in terms of like what people are going to remember from, you know, Ant-Man as a character. I mean, the writing, the you know, magic Paul Rudd brought to the character, those two combined turned him into something super special, you know.
Yeah,
in
him and Hawkeye.
Yeah,
you know, just like they're really just normal guys, you know. And like Hawkeye's whole connection to his family, whatever. Like that was like the other thing that was in the back of my head was like Hawkeye. But I was trying to not think of like the badass dude that of course.
Dude,
sorry,
you like
John.
bows and arrows too? I'm just
sorry,
like,
John. Yeah, just like
you can like Ant-Man. That's cool.
No, it's
Don't
just
mind.
it's just the
Ant-Man.
just the overall Ant-Man. Piss ant. I think all the things like War Machine called him.
Dude,
all the things
Falcon was rigging him the whole time too.
Dude, the whole time, dude. The whole time.
So funny.
Yeah. Between Falcon or even
what's her name?
I'm drawing a blank. Nebula. Yeah, when she's like, wow,
there's an idiot on the landing.
There's an idiot in the landing. Like he's just constantly getting ribbed on, and his taco gets blown away, and he's like, "What?" Hulk's like, "Here you go." Like it's just like he's constantly getting like
golden
on,
moments,
you know. Like Ant-Man's constantly getting cracked on, like through the whole thing. So
great,
it's funny, man. So good.
Still keeps it posy after all of that.
Yeah, man. It's cool.
Good dude.
All right, hold up. All right, Stevie, what's up with all these bad guys you sent us that you were digging?
You know, I was really trying to think, like, because my fandom of these characters, like, especially Magneto's probably the first character out of any franchise or anything that I like really gravitated towards.
Yeah,
but like, I was thinking, like, why is it always these villains and these anti-villains, right? And I started thinking about Magneto. You know, I was reading up on his like his wiki and everything, just to like as a refresher.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, like, you know what? He doesn't ever see him like any true good villain, he doesn't see himself as the villain. He sees himself as the hero in his story.
Yeah.
And
True.
and
Like
you know, for the
Thanos.
most part, yeah. But I mean, for the most part, when he was created, even Stan Lee said that he didn't see himself as a villain.
Yeah.
And the version of Magneto that I really identified with is the Chris Claremont version that he and Jim Lee created, where he was more, you know, like Stan Lee always said that Professor X was like the Martin Luther King
Yeah.
of that series, right? The inspiration.
Yeah.
Well, Magneto was like the Malcolm X.
Yeah.
That's where Chris Claremont kind of took his story, his inspiration from. And I was like thinking, like, why am I identifying with this guy? So like every aspect of it, dude. So like when in 92, when his whole storyline was completely like starting,
Yeah.
and the new storyline of Magneto was
Yeah.
was starting, I was in second grade, and that's when I started to get like really bullied. And like I was like severely bullied for probably like up until 6th or 7th grade. So for like a good straight 5 years. And that's like I really like Magneto was ruthless. Like he like crushed his enemies
By any
If
means
you-
necessary.
like if you did not see his way, if you did not like agree with the way that he protected his people, that's it. Like it was very black and white for him.
Yeah.
And so like dude, I loved it. Like I loved the way he handled business. Like he took care of his own. He, you know, like he created a freaking like hovering
Asteroid M.
asteroid. You know?
Asteroid M, baby.
Like he wanted to create a utopia
Yeah.
where everyone just could like essentially not be bullied. They could just live in harmony and peace. And yeah,
Everyone not human.
Yeah, only mutants, right?
yeah. Yeah. And then like, you know, just like, you know, John's talked about the Age of Apocalypse storyline when they took that and like when I saw Magneto now leading the X-Men, not only leading the X-Men, but he gave Rogue the opportunity to like
Feel again.
to feel, not only to feel, but to like be a mother and have a baby. And then he even named his son Charles.
It's dope.
Like
It was such a tribute. Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah. Right there, I was like, all right, yeah, he's not a bad guy.
He's
So
not,
I-
yeah.
I like him even more now, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just
Anti-hero.
he's flawed. He's flawed.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
I think yeah,
Conflicted.
I think I see myself as flawed. So, you know, I mean, you guys watch out, you know, if I ever get mutant powers. Sorry.
We'll stay on your
Well,
good side.
good thing we're your friends, yeah.
Yeah. Good thing we're all mutants here. Just want to put it out there. We're all 4 of us are mutants.
Yeah.
That's so sick, man. Yeah. I mean, what a great character. What a long backstory. And to see it like done through different eras of comics, different writers, different artists' interpretations, and then to see it brought to the big screen too. And I mean, the first introduction we got to Magneto on the big screen when he was a kid, being like pulled away from his parents, it was one of the most brutal. One of the most brutal things in all of MCU or Marvel or Fox movies or whatever, but just in general, that was it was you know, touching on the pain of what's happened in the real world, of course, you know, but to do it with a character that we all knew some of what his backstory was, and to see it done like that was so powerful. Just so well done, man.
Yeah, the story, like the way they showed, you know, the Holocaust and everything with Magneto, I feel that's so quintessential to the character of Magneto.
Absolutely.
It kind of worries me that, you know, that's what, almost 80 years? No, how long?
Yeah, give or take. 60 years.
No, 80 years, yeah. I mean, we're coming up on, you know, we're on the closer side to 100 years,
Yeah.
right? So how do you explain that in the MCU? How do
I
you
know.
explain that now on screen, right?
But it's a must for his story, though.
Right.
You know.
Dude, and then when Michael Fassbender for like, okay, so the
Great
Ian
actor,
McKellen being such a diehard Magneto fan, I had to like Ian McKellen. Like I was forced to, right?
Yes. I know where you're going with this.
I was like, Ian McKellen, meh, okay.
He's a little old for my Magneto, what I pictured when I was younger, you know.
But when Michael Fassbender put the coin through Kevin Bacon's head in First Class, I stood up in the theater.
That was my Magneto right there.
I was
yeah. Well, that's kind of like the age that I would have pegged Magneto for when I was reading comics as a kid. He leaned kind of closer to me, like I guess it was probably physicality, the way 90s comics were drawn, where everybody was on steroids, but they were superheroes or whatever. But he like had like a late 40s, early 50s kind of artistic style drawn to him, you know. Magneto,
but with Ian McKellen,
he felt a little older, but
probably with Ian McKellen, they were probably trying to match him to Picard,
to Xavier.
Patrick Stewart.
Right.
To Patrick, they're probably trying to match him, right? Because they're supposed to be like, you know,
they
so
grew
connected.
up together. They went to school together.
Yeah. So that kind of that makes sense, right? You know,
it did. But when James McAvoy, I thought he did a great Xavier too. You know, I thought he was very competent as Xavier as well. So, but you know, Picard is always Prof X.
Picard.
Yeah, dude, that was dope, fellas. That was neat.
That was awesome, man.
Talking
Thank
about
you.
the Marvel characters.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
I want to clean my gun and be alone with my thoughts. And I don't need to talk about anything else.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm tired, dude. I did jujitsu for like 2 hours before this, and I haven't been training, so I'm beat up. I'm tired, but I was excited to be back today. So bummed Ramey's gone, but he's having fun holding it down at Mosh Isley for us. Everyone look out for him. Slap him.
He's in a better place.
Make fun of his new Mando. I'm jealous I'm not making it. And shout out to Joe. Joe's alive. He's just busy with life. We miss you. We miss you, Joe. We miss you.
Steve, do the heart thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's it. Yeah. Do the heart thing, dude. That's for Joe. Screenshot it. Yay.
Oh my God.
That's actually Joe would appreciate that more than anything. So we love you, but we love you guys.
Love you, man.
Have fun at Mosh Isley, everybody. Pump that thing up, man. I hope they sell that thing out. I mean, Dragon Con's a giant party, so I can't see Mosh Isley not selling out at Dragon Con. I mean,
is this their first Dragon Con Mosh?
Yes. I mean, it's honestly the perfect place for one. So I know I heard
it is.
I think I was listening to Thank the Maker a while back, and they were like, we don't know. It's the first night at Dragon Con. And I'm like, Dragon Con is a party.
They're going to set the pace for the weekend, dude. That's sick.
And from the post I'm seeing, it's just going to be a room full of Mandos, which is going to be sick. So
that's why I wanted to go. Yeah. Just
Mandos, which is cool.
But so neat.
Can't be everywhere all the time.
Yeah. Did you guys see the little teaser thing that Mike filmed for Mosh, where he like crashes the X-Wing?
Yes, so cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think there's a covert nearby.
Yeah, so good.
So dope.
Yeah.
That's what Atlanta's supposed to be the covert.
That's so cool.
Covert. All that prep work they did for it was so cool. All those guys, Kiefer, Jason Chiodo. We had so much fun when we went because that was my first time, and those guys do a great job with that. So shout out to that whole crew. So I hope it's successful for y'all. Have fun. I'll be there in spirit. This guy will be hiding in the back corner. You can't see him though, so he'll blend in with the background.
Guess that's it. I guess that's going to do it for us today. If you enjoyed listening, feed that algorithm and leave 5 stars on your podcast app. be sure to include that cake emoji with your review, just for John. You can follow me at Stevie.Kicks on Instagram, sometimes on X and Threads. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Brian?
You're not going to find me at Mosh Isley, but go to Mosh Isley. Although I'm sure everyone that's on here is watching and listening to it, so Sith ain't easy.
And John?
Alpha Ignition on the socials. I'm there. Talk to me. Hi.
And Luke?
Left Coast Avenger and Heroes and Villains.
Nice. And you can find Ramey at Mosh Isley on August 29th, and you can find him at Fox Bros Barbecue on Friday, August 30. Probably right now.
All
too.
weekend, yeah.
And we can't find Joe. Hashtag where is
Joe? Where is Tech? Ramey's in the chat. Said good night. Thanks for showing up, Ramey.
Night, Ramey.
Night, buddy. He's got the itis.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 104 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 105. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.
Damn, I want a cap shield.
Signed by Kevin Smith. Weird.
Me with my shield that I don't have.